lecture, which was on feminism, the origin and the meaning. In this lecture, I am talking about the 4 waves of feminism, and I will talk about few of the key elements. Now, let's start without wasting much time. Let's start with the first wave of feminism. The first wave of feminism, there has not been a term designed to it or given to it that it starts the first wave, but it is being said that it is the first wave of feminism. This wave started in 1960s. In 1960s, when a group of white ladies, they came out of their shell, they come out of their houses, they come out of the patriarchy, and they started to talk about their basic rights. Right to vote, right to liberty, right to education, right to respect, each and everything. Then they started to talk about it, and they demanded, and they got it. So that marks the first wave of feminism. Now we have the second wave of feminism. The second wave of feminism is that when they came out and they got the first wave, they got the first rights, now they're talking about the equality in the society. They're talking about the equal jobs, they're talking about the equal salary, they're talking about the male dominance, they're talking about their pregnancies, that it should be our choice when to get pregnant. Why always male? So this marks the second wave of feminism. And later on we had the third wave of feminism. It was a little radical one. In this we have great books, and like we have the Dialectical Sex. In the Dialectical Sex we see that written by Shulamit Firestone. She says that why pregnancy is not being transferred, why each and every time the female gets pregnant, why not male? Why each and every time after marriage the female has to leave her house, why not male? Why each and every time a person is Mr. before marriage and he remains Mr. after marriage too, but at the same time he is Miss, after marriage she becomes Mrs. of that very particular person. There are great writers who say that marriage is the first step of colonization. In this third wave, they talk about sexual language too, or we can say they talk about the language politics. The language politics means that the great words, right, Rashtrapati, is being given to the male. Why not Rashtrapatni? And those meek and love words are being attributed to female. For example, we have Bharat Mata. Why not Bharat Pita? We have main Moj Kashmir, my mother Kashmir. Why not my father Kashmir? Because we see that mother is related to love, that's why. We see Pati and we see Patni. Pati, which has Lakpati, Dhanpati, Karodpati. Why not Karodpatni, even though if she is a female? Why not? Because as per this Shulamit Firestone, she says that it's a political language, or we can say it's a sexual language used for male. That Lakpati is always male, even though if she's a female. And we have this fourth wave feminism. In the fourth wave feminism, we see that when women, they come out of that shell too, and they are talking about weight loss, they're talking about blonde hairs, they're talking about good language, they're talking about fair color. Even though nowadays in social media, when they make reels, they get more likes than the male. Why? Because they're exposing their body, and they say that my body, my choice. And now we have some of the key terms for that. The first thing is that what is feminism? Feminism means the equality between male and woman, male and female, equal jobs, equal level, equal salary, each and everything in the society. So there should not be the discrimination on being the female. There should be no discrimination on being the second sex, which is being used by various writers, even the books are there. And now the second thing is that patriarchy. In the second wave too, as I said, in the second wave they talked about patriarchy. Who are male to question us? Why should we ask male that shall we go out or not? Should we go out or not? It is my life. We both are created equal. If a male, he wants to go out, he always goes. But why should I ask? So females come up to that level, and they started to challenge the notion being that we are going to ask male. The third thing is sexism, in which we consider female as inferior, we consider them as weak, we consider them as the second sex, we consider them as the margin, and being ourselves in the center and margins are there. And now we have another one, that's the hostile sexism. And the hostile sexism means that it is that we are abusing woman for being a woman. Arey driver nahi aayegi. Why? Who has men who has just written the rules that the woman can't drive. And next thing is that victim blaming. Victim blaming is one end of the term for feminism. Victim blaming is that if a girl is being targeted in the society, most of the male or we simply say that what she was doing outside in the family, outside in the streets in the late night. The first thing, why she has worn those particular dresses, why she is doing that, why she has called, why she has received the call, why she came out of her own house. So we don't support the victim. We start to blame her. This is known as victim blaming. I hope you are able to understand the recap and this lecture too. It was